Could you explain to us what you meant by white privilege? Just give us a definition of white privilege. You brought it up in the debate.
So we have a real challenge in this country with deep systemic and institutional racism. And it pervades all aspects of society, whether you're talking about healthcare, with our maternal mortality rate as high as it is, especially for black women, 4 times higher, or education. Student debt is very high for people of color, particularly women of color, because not only do they have to borrow more, but then they don't get paid equally, so it's harder to pay back. To criminal justice, we talked a lot about that today, and to issues of the economy, access to capital, making sure they can start their businesses, have black-owned businesses, making sure that communities of color can thrive. And so the issue of white privilege is the absence of that constant, chronic, systemic racism that happens every day. And I just gave a couple of examples. My son, who's white, if he breaks down in a car and knocks on a door for help, most people will help him.
You're gonna move out of the
If
shot.
my son was black and knocked on that door, he might be shot. His whiteness is what protects him. That's all that white privilege is. And I wanted to explain that because we were talking about the issues of institutional racism and who could actually fight it. And I just wanted to say it's just not the job of Kamala and Corey to fight these battles alone. I have to lift up their voices and the voices of communities of color to make sure they're being heard.